Hello, hello, hello. This is Tati for the Power Surge Corner blog. How are you? I don't know who I'm talking to today, but I know I'm talking to quite a few of you of learning to have the power to keep going. How do I keep going? Because how to say, the seasoned saints don't always tell you about the lows in ministry or the lows in life. When I say the lows in life, the highs in life is when everybody's encouraging you and telling you you're doing wonderful, you're doing great, just keep going and everything. I'm talking about the lows when it seems like nothing is happening, but God is yet orchestrating things around us, for us, and through us. But we're not really, you can't see it just yet. So it's like, how do I gain power to keep going to do God's will in the quiet times? And this is how you do it. This is the beginning of it. You still maintain that relationship. If anything, that's when you begin to build on what you already have established with God and go even further and deeper in your relationship with Him. That's number one. Number two, it's learning to encourage yourself. And how do I learn to encourage myself? I know I'm good. I'm a good girl. No, I'm talking about past that. When you begin to think about all that God has done for you, where He brought you from back there to here, and how He stood in the gap for you and didn't allow you to slip through the cracks because He stood in the gap. He was our buffer, so we were able to stay on the path that He called us into when the enemy got a little too tight. That's what I'm talking about. And even now, He's still moving, and He's still that buffer that we're able to stay on the course that He's called us into. So yeah, recognize that. Think about all the things that He's been faithful to us about. Yes, that's a part of encouraging yourself. That gives you power to go on. Prayer gives you power to go on. And the biggest thing I say is have the grace to forgive, because sometimes forgiveness will cause us it will stunt our growth, that we won't grow, we won't move in ministry. But when you begin to forgive about that nitnoid stuff that we're trying to hold on to, and you let it go, and you truly let it go, you will find out that you will become full of peace, you will become full of joy, and you will be in a great place with God, even though it doesn't seem like He's moving. But with all of this, God is really want to see how bad you want that second win to keep going to do His will. Some things you have to reach for and you have to want. And that's what God is asking. So this gives you the power to keep going. And in that power to keep going, God really want to pour you out a fresh new anointing. He want to do some awesome things that will continue to inspire you, encourage you to stay on the course that He's called you into. But whatever it is, just continue to stay in a relationship with God, build upon it. And I mean, I know some of us has gone past 2 minutes of praying with God, because much as you like to think about and talk about what God has done for you, and there's no way you can sit and tell me that He hasn't. So I know you have built upon and went past 2 minutes. But those of you that are still on 2 minutes, go past 2.5 minutes and watch God do some awesome things and really open up and let the well spring up out of you as you begin to think of all the goodness of what He's done. This is Tati from the Power Surge Corner blog. Yes, you do have the power to keep going on, because God is still orchestrating your circumstances and situations in the background to make sure that you complete and fulfill His purpose and intent for your life. Talk to you soon. You be encouraged.